So this is a requested video from somebody who hit my Cash App. Like I said, I'll do some of these videos again if somebody asks me to, since people support me. Really, I don't really care about Fresh and Fit, but you wanted to know my opinion on this. So, Fresh and Fit was created just like the feminist, just like the other women were created. You know how many videos that are on YouTube right now telling women to stop dating thugs and start dating good men after they've been ran through? There's a lot of things that women can get away with. And then when men do the same shit, it's egregious. Fresh and Fit, people should have known who Fresh and Fit was from the start. Remember, these guys, I didn't know about these guys to Solo TV 84. Another snake in the grass. I'm not going to celebrate Fresh and Fit's downfall, because when Fresh and Fit goes, there's going to be other dudes that come up. I think that y'all just, some of the anti-red pill men just want us to just ignore the shit that's going on. I'm going to make a video. I'll probably after this one, but I got another video coming down the pipeline. I'm going to show you how a lot of women, I'm going to tell you the fact that a lot of women jump social circles, and a lot of women change faces just to go take advantage of men in a new environment, in the gaming community, anime community. They can be ran through in porn and then jump to anime. Then they could get ran through by the anime guys and they go to gaming. And then after they go to gaming, they go to music. And women can hide in every social circle, while men are told that they just have to deal with it. Deal with all these women, the same women. That's the reason why a lot of these women end up dating in certain circles. And people are like, oh, why y'all dating the same type of women? Because these women are going around. The good women hide the fact that they've been ran through. The other women, at least they're honest and it's out in the public. And you get to choose if you want to deal with her or not. I don't want to ever have to be dating somebody who was in a locker room and she got passed around, but she want me to pay for $300 dates or listen to her bullshit for thousands of hours before I get any kind of sex from her. Because that's the important part. And I think I'm gonna break that down too. Is the fact is that you're never gonna reach any woman's sexual peak because she already got her peak with other people. She's gonna be going off the fact that you never had any type of sex or whatever. Fresh and Fit took advantage of men that didn't want to speak up for themselves. Just like the Kevin Samuels crowd. People paid Kevin Samuels to talk to the women the way they wanted to talk to women. Right? They wanted to talk to women, right? Psychologists, therapists, they make a killing out of men's pains and suffering. I mean, they make a lot of money off of men's pain and suffering. A lot of money. The sex counselors, they make money off of men's pain and suffering. The marriage counselors, the divorce counselors, all these other people. A lot of people make more money off of that shit. But it is egregious when men say they want to help you and they don't really help you. They use you. Right? The type of money that these dudes is making, if I made this type of money that Austin Holloman and these dudes making, I'll be giving away passports to guys. Well, giving away money for them to get passports and give them free trips. But it's just me. And I really don't trust a lot of people. But if, like I told you, I had a partner on YouTube that betrayed me. After that, I'm like, yeah, I gotta hold it tight to the vest. But in the past, We did give dues. We paid dues rent. We paid dues bills. We paid guys, and these was upstanding guys who fell short. Let me give you a let me tell you this. If it wasn't fit for Fresh and Fit, it would have been somebody else. I can tell you right now, there's women out here that are dating coaches who used to say that men are trash and men are losers. But these anti-Fresh and Fit people, they not going after them. See, Fresh and Fit was easy target, and Fresh and Fit, rightfully so, made themselves easy targets. I mean, from the dumb shit that they did with the hoodies, the Nick Fuentes shit. It seemed like Nick Fuentes was like a popular thing to do to troll other people, other races, or troll black people or something, right? It was weird to me that it was like, we gonna say the most egregious shit and we gonna still be here. And after they after they got demonetized, they acted like somehow, some way, we gonna feel sorry for them. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything with that money except pay women to look idiotic. I'm not gonna sit here and celebrate because we still have Donovan Sharp. I'm not gonna celebrate because we still have Obsidian. I'm not gonna celebrate because we still got O'Shea. I'm not gonna celebrate because we still got all these other people. Once we get rid of all these fucking piece of shit motherfucking dudes dating coaches, then I'll celebrate. Because then men can start over. But then at the same time, we have to clean out the therapist space, the mental health space. You know how many feminists and LGBT people that are in the therapist space, in the psychological space, the mental health space in general? I mean, you had a black dude on here, I forgot his name, D. Darrell. He was doing all this shit, but he's a so-called counselor, conducting himself like that. You had the black therapist who got fired, now she doing OnlyFans. You got a lot of that shit in the mental health facility. They need to fix that shit too. Same thing with all the other shit. There's so much shit that I know. Fresh and Fit was just exposed what's been in this fabric of the society in for generations. Is people taking advantage of a certain small subsection of men. If people don't notice, men used to get welfare, but men never really. There was, I gotta update myself on that. One of the presidents pretty much got rid of it because men didn't need it for that long. And instead of trying to reinstate some of that to help men and to help veterans and homeless men and all everything else, they didn't care. MOT was right about that. It's policies. And there's not a lot of policies out here that have safety nets for men. Men have to go out their pockets just to protect themselves from lies and allegations. Ain't nobody gonna recoup you for taking women on the bad dates. I did that before in the past. And after a few dudes, after I recouped a lot of guys' money for dates, I kind of stopped that shit because it was costing me a little bit. But Fresh and Fit is the end result of a small subsection of guys being able to take advantage of everybody else. See, ain't no way a Fresh and Fit can be in their own countries, in their own cultures. There's no Fresh and Fit in Sudan. There's no Fresh and Fit in the Caribbeans or wherever fit from. They came over here to peddle their bullshit and take advantage of lonely single men. Everybody can tell men to do different options. But they wouldn't do that because the money would stop. So my take is on the fresh and fit stuff. I ain't celebrating because every single fabric of this society, every single profession has a fresh and fit. And once they get rid of all of them, the fresh and fits of mental health stuff, the fresh and fits of the government, the fresh and fits of everything else, if they don't get rid of them, then why the fuck am I talking about fresh and fit? I give two shits about them. They're a vortex. They like a somebody who should have never been groomed to what they are. But hey, people grew fresh and fit turned on them. I don't condone anything. Why you think I don't speak on them like that? They was never somebody that I give two shits about. Fresh and Fit was Fresh and Fit was the creation of Solo TV 84 to take advantage of men. And as long as men have to follow the rules of a 120-year-old dating system while the women are following or making up their rules year by year, then they're always going to be a new fresh and fit. It don't matter if you get your shit together and none of that stuff. Because, as I said before, and I'm going to break that down too, there's a lot of men out here. If we had 10 million or 20 million or 50 million rich men, they will be dissatisfied with the women that they have to pick from. They will. Then a whole bunch of them just going to start going overseas. Which would be a better end result because they'll look at everybody like none of these people are worth my while. None of these people are worth my while. So you're kind of going to make a lot of guys angry where they get their shit together. And then they have to look at the options they have and the option people want them to have. And they looking at them like, what the fuck is this? I don't want to eat at McDonald's. I'm a millionaire. I can eat at a 5-star restaurant. What the fuck are you telling me to go eat at McDonald's for? Oh, you a McDonald's type of dude, even though you're a millionaire. Get the fuck out of here. I'm going to the 5-star restaurant. Okay, I'm going overseas. Fuck you niggas. I ain't paying attention to your bullshit. Why would anybody who has money deal with lesser chicks? For what? Fresh and Fit was just the biggest opportunist. Also, Fresh and Fit did a lot of damage to the red pill. Because everybody keep pointing to them as the red pill when they was never red pill. They were dating coaches. They were factory makers of sending guys to certain men. Sending certain men to certain women. Did y'all forget the Sneeko and Xena shit? So Xena the Witch. I got a video on Xena the Witch. On one of the dudes that she fucked over. Let me show you that video that I got with Xena the Witch. I made it like last year. Let me get it. Let me see if it's here. I think it's don't end up like don't end up like shit. Here we go. So now Fresh and Fit had a chick called Xena the Witch on their crew. Xena fucked over this 20 something year old guy while she was like 28. I always question Fresh and Fit for having a former scammer, credit card scammer in their production. And that kind of I was trying to let everybody know that I was trying to see if people were actually gonna see. Wait. I was trying to see if people was gonna notice that they had Xena on their fucking if people were gonna notice that they had the same women they told you not to get with, they were hiring. But nobody really talked about that. Right? And like I said, I didn't talk about I don't talk about Fresh and Fit because I didn't want to be just like everybody else talking shit about Fresh and Fit. Nigga, I wasn't trying to get no views and new views from talking about Fresh and Fit. That's a too easy route. Only the cowards be taking that route. I talk about shit that don't even get me a whole bunch of views. Things that be under the radar that people don't talk about. So why the fuck would I'm gonna sit here and talk about Fresh and Fit and try to piggyback off of what they're doing, or piggyback off of them like everybody else? But nobody never pointed it out that Xena the Witch was the same woman, the same type of woman that they talk about on their shows. Now let me show you what Xena the Witch did to this guy. And this is what they mean by go outside. I told you guys what that go outside shit is all about. It's to get around the worst people, or go through the worst people just to get through the best people. Go through the worst people just to get to the best people. And you become so exhausted that during your travels to trying to find the right people to be with, but you're taking their concepts. Oh, go to the church. Oh, go to the this. Go to that. Go to this. Go to that. Go to this. Go to that. Go to this. Go to that. And then you're going to become somebody like this, crying on Instagram Live by not just fitting in, but backward. So this, I knew this girl in real life about power down there. You're watching 10th Street TV. 10th Street TV. Oh, nigga, I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm trying to listen, bro. Like, it's the real shit y'all gotta understand, bro. It's real shit I gotta deal with, bro. I could die right now, nigga. I don't give a fuck. So, Xena was the same girl who fought some other chick and Fresh and Fit. So, Xena was the same person who made a rant on black men. Now, this is the type of girl, Fresh. Xena. So,
every part of you is connected, so the way you care for your health should be too. Whether you need primary care, mental health support, or care for chronic conditions, Teladoc Health brings it all together to keep all of you healthy. Get started today.
No matter what, you deserve basic rights and freedoms at work. But these rights and freedoms won't be handed to you. We have to fight for them. That's what union is all about. You can be union.
Check it out. This video is crazy moments in this drama.
Accept what I want or you're out. Anything else, I'm not compromising. I'm not simping whatsoever. In my own
Now, Sneeko, all he did was he's another fresh and fit stuff. Like I said before, and I ain't want this video to be super long. All these fake red pill dudes, all these fake MGTOW dudes, all these fake man rights advocates or whatever, even the females. I see a tattoo chick out here doing workout videos showing her ass and tattoos, but she don't want to be like the other girls. So she want to do workout shit, but at the same time monetizing off the fact that guys can't get no sex. This is why I say, when motherfuckers tell you to stop fucking watching porn, I kind of give them the side eye because they want you to spend your money on something else by trying to get some used up pussy or looking at a woman and be enticed by somebody. Right? You shouldn't go all crazy with porn, but you shouldn't allow somebody to try to control you with your lack of sex. Sneeko, a lot of these dudes need clout in order to get females. That's not a dig at somebody. That's only their way of doing it. But when you start going around being arrogant about it, then that's when somebody needs to tell you, hey bro, the chick wouldn't be messing with you if you ain't have this and this and that. And even if sometimes if these guys are super arrogant, because DJ Academics is rightfully so. He put in the work. So he deserved to be kind of arrogant and shit, because he blasted into the song. He got $1 million deals for just being him, just him talking about the shit he talk about. So he straight. But Sneeko, all he did was suck off the red pill until it got him famous, and then complained about the fact that he got kicked off because everybody knew that he was full of shit. They didn't want him monetizing off of people because they knew he was full of shit. Or at the same time, and I said this a lot about everybody who got kicked off of social media. People came to them and there's people out here who get kicked off of social media, and that makes them even more. So I think it's probably like a backdoor deal where it seems like they off social media or they off of platforms and everything else. But in the back end, they're getting paid a lot of money to just throw shit at the so-called movements they stand for.
Please help me with that.
Now, in that combination, him but used, or at least is trying to reveal that Sneeko does drugs. I guess Xena may feel that is a expose because Sneeko has announced he has converted to Islam, and we trust that. Whoa, did you see that? In fact, I would be surprised myself, because Sneeko's asking for these substances from Xena. So Xena has the substance, or maybe she knows someone that has the substance. So she is.
Mind you, Sneeko's not red pill. He's opportunist pill. Sneeko will fuck anything, and mind you, the girl that basically he's still fucking with the girl who fucked other guys. A lot of these dudes are blue pill at heart. They just act like they red pill. Everybody know that Xena, all she does is snitch. I mean, the guy that I just showed you, his name was Enzo. She went with a dude named Check the Star, a failed rapper, because Check the Star had a bigger dick than... She said this herself in her own words. Check the Star had a bigger dick than Enzo. But at the same time, she had a falling out with Check the Star. Then she said how his sex was not that good and all he had was a big dick, and she was controlling the sex in order to get off on it because he didn't know how to work his dick. Then she left him to go be this fake red pill chick. They're going at the high value. She is known to snitch. She is known to use hackers on social media, and she is known to expose people. Why the fuck would you even bring her around? But this is Fresh and Fit fault.
Kind of a plug. So we're not getting anyone exposed. The only person who's being exposed is Xena herself. Now in this clip, watch Xena right here make a certain drug reference while facing Sneeko. Let's roll the clip.
Oh, you do it, don't you?
A little coffee thing, like 30 minutes in and out.
Yeah, Steven does daytime bid. He'll never meet a woman unless the sun is setting. Fuck.
I don't want to have sex with her, but the potential.
Let me kind of expose what a lot of these niggas do behind the scenes. I don't have my same connections like I used to, hackers and none of that, because I'm that shit is expensive. But a lot of rumors go up, and some of them are consistent. Most of these fake ass red pill dudes, including Fresh and Fit, including a lot of these fitness dudes, and I can tell you from my hacker days, they're on drugs. A lot of these dudes, a lot of these fitness dudes, a lot of these social media people, a lot of these politicians, a lot of the so-called high-value men, a lot of the so-called productive guys, they all do drugs. A lot of them are on alcohol. A lot of them are on something to get them through the day. Because some of that shit is mentally draining. And being around a bunch of people that you don't like just to make money is mind-blowing. They gotta have something. All of them do drugs. That's the reason why a lot of us don't want to be around these people. We don't want to become drug addicts just to go fuck with a bitch. Your boy Mermil alluded to you gotta buy a chick alcohol in order to kick it with her or some bullshit like that. Like, what the fuck? I'm not buying no bitch no weed and getting locked up, and I'm not buying no bitch no getting drunk. I don't even like alcohol, motherfucker. A girl that I like, and I'll tell you this, I think I told people this before. A girl that I like died in a car accident. My mom got hit by a drunk driver when she was on the bus coming from work. I don't like alcohol. I don't like a lot of people who drink alcohol. So I don't want that shit around me like that. Alright? I can tolerate it, but I won't tolerate it. That's why I don't fuck with people, because people that are on alcohol, they give themselves a reason to do and say certain things out their fucking mouth, and then they just say, oh, I was drunk, my bad. Like my best friend's little brother, the guy, I talked to him about his brother being wild and out and, you know, turning his back on me. This nigga went in a drunken spin. He told his brother that I talked about him in a drunken spin. And I told him straight away, I knew you was talking about me way before I was telling your little brother about that. I'm trying to help your little brother because I'm getting my shit together and I want to be able to help him. Y'all not helping him. And one of the reasons why I don't trust a bunch of drunk people is because you can't tell somebody to get them shit together and you always drunk. And you can't hold yourself mentally. That's other things to do. That's why I play video games, anime, and power scale now. And other shit, like organize certain things. So I can keep myself mental clarity. Me playing some video games for about 6 hours stretch for a week is good. I can play games for like 2 hours and be good. As long as I get progress in the game and pay a couple levels or something bored or whatever the game is there, I'm good. I don't need alcohol, I don't need drugs. I don't want to be around these people. That's one of the reasons why a lot of us don't want to be around them. You keep acting like we can't get any sex. No, we don't want to undignify ourselves with giving women alcohol, being around weed, being around a bunch of fucking piece of shit liars and fake phonies and shit.
Okay. All right, guys. So we're just gonna listen. We're gonna put this out there, which I usually would not want to put any type of like private business public, but this was something that was brought all over Twitter, something that was made a spectacle of, and it's kind of old news in the sense that like Xena and Sneaker broke up, but there was a whole issue with a girl, Lauren De La Grina is her name, right? Where she was essentially saying that due to this lady here and what she witnessed with her eyeballs from this lady here, she was able to definitively say that number one, Xena was unhappy, and number two, Sneaker was an abuser. So what I found very interesting after speaking to her very briefly is that, I mean, Sneaker maybe flirted with you a little bit, right?
I didn't even really take it as that, to be honest. Okay. So basically, I was on the Fresh and Fit podcast with Zerka, Sneeko, and Xena had invited me on.
And yeah, I'm going to have to tell you that Zerkoff, he's trying to take the reins. That dude is a piece of shit. He's racist. He's a dumb dickhead. But hey, y'all gonna create that dude, and I think I said that in a couple videos before that Zerkoff is trying to take the reins from Fresh and Fit. He gonna be the next dude that y'all gonna not y'all, but most of the guys are gonna project through. Look, man, I told females to their face that I wasn't interested. It's I I can tell you this in real life. I had chicks offer me to be just the dude to sit around and they just, give me money as long as I practice run on them. I had chicks, basically give me signals to basically be the broke dude while they being this successful woman, and I'm just sitting there and just banging them, whatever, right? They didn't know me. I kept trying to sling them off me, and I do it in a different manner. I said, oh man, sorry, I got a 3-inch. Oh, can I see? What? If you tell a woman that you have a 3-inch and she still want to see it and still want to do something with you, that they like you, and you be like, oh, I'm sorry, man, I'm fat. I don't see you fat from here. And then you keep saying shit to get them away from you. They still like you. That's the whole point that I try to make with a lot of other people, is that you can literally do certain things, and if a girl still come your way, you still can get her. It's no way, it's no fronting that, oh yeah, man, the women don't really like you. No. Women don't really like you if they make you go through all these hoops just to date them. That's you have to impress them for absolutely no reason. Then that's the thing. But a lot of these dudes really just want to bang as many women as they possibly can using the red pill title.
The show, and I was on there with Lauren. That was my first time ever meeting her. Super sweet girl. She lives pretty close to me in Orange County. And basically during the show, I was over on like the little couch area, so I couldn't even really see Sneeko during it. I saw Zerka. He was talking the whole time, whatever. And it's hard to miss. Yeah, pretty hard to miss. And afterwards, a big group of us had gone to sushi, and so when we were at sushi, there was like an open spot next to Sneeko, like right across from him. And so he started speaking to me. He ordered me some sushi, and basically he was asking me if I wanted to be on his stream. And so Zena, when she told me to come on the podcast, had already mentioned that to me. Would you like to be on some like big streamers' streams, like give you promo, blah blah blah. Right. And I know streamers, like they want like girls to be on there, for more views and stuff. So I took it as like a business thing, and I was like, yeah, I might be down. And then so when he brought it up, I was like, oh, you're the guy she was talking about. Right. 2 and 2 were clicking. Yeah. You were like, okay, let's go. No idea that they had any sort of relationship. I was just sitting there making conversation. Right. And so Lauren was supposed to give me a ride home. She had offered to drive me home and my friend home, who I was staying with, but she just got kicked off the show. So she felt awkward eating sushi with everyone. So Lauren ended up driving her home and then coming back to take me home. And basically Sneeko was like, do you need a ride home? And I was like, well, she was going to take me, and Lauren was looking at me like, go with him. And so I was like, okay.
And this the whole point of a lot of these guys taking the red pill and using it as a way to get bitches behind the scenes. A lot of us, I can show you, I can't show you them text messages because they're on Facebook, but I showed you I showed you my screenshots with the single mom who asked me on a date. If I really wanted to get any pick over here, it might not be the women that I want. And I showed you the Hawaiian chick who wanted to come to Philly to mess with me. I could. But you have to have discipline, and you have to have some mental fortitude to understand that every time you spend with a female, they're taking away something. Your time, your money, your energy, or something. Most women are not going to put stuff back into you. Their nature is taking. That's the reason why a lot of them, most women, I'm not saying most, I'm talking about in the baseline women. I'm not talking about mothers and grandmoms and family members. They give. I'm talking about regular single women. They take. That's their job, is to take. Take resources. Take time. Take attention. But when you have an uncultured group of people in this society, they're just gonna take to your bone dry. Anything. I mean, they do it to the guys they have sex with. They automatically max out that sex shit, and then they go off, and then they have a sex sabbatical, and I'll tell you about that too. But a lot of these dudes are using the red pill as a playground to get bitches.
I don't really care. It's 3 minutes down the street. Like, what does it matter, you know? Like, maybe this is like a good person to know. Like, I work in social media. I do YouTube. We were talking about my... When I was sitting there, like, right after he'd asked, like, do I need to ride home? And then I went to the restroom. I was, like, checking my Instagram, and Zena was messaging me, and she was like, you're my friend. Like, she was, like, mad at me or something. And I was like, what is she talking about? Like, I don't understand. And basically, like, right before this had happened, like, she had, like, left the restaurant, and I think she was crying. She was upset. I didn't really know what was going on. I had no idea that had anything to do with Sneeko.
And like I said, and I'm gonna tell you straight away out here about a lot of these dudes out here, man. It's gonna be about the video about women code switching and the deals that women want you to take in America. I'm gonna write that down. Probably gonna be real quick, but or I might have to do it tomorrow. It depends on how many videos or whatever I can get with my hand on. I'm gonna give you examples of a lot of chicks who, or I'm probably just gonna give you a short one about how a lot of these chicks, you know, they just go into different environments and different places, and then they try to sell you. They try to upsell you themselves to be presented in this type of different way, and how I'll go.
Really did not take it more as like a ride home, and she was the one who told me about his stream and everything, and so.
Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
Gonna get in his car for him to drive me home because I didn't really know her that well. Like, this is my first time meeting both of them, but I just kind of like brushed it off for a sec, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll like write her back when I get home. I have no idea like why she's upset or like what this is about. Like, it was unclear. So then Sneeko's waiting for me outside the bathroom. I get out, and then I walk out with him, and Zena's like, she's sitting on the back of someone's truck, and she's clearly upset. Like, I think she had been crying, whatever. And I go to give her a hug goodbye, and I was like, thank you so much for having me on the show. You know, it was so great meeting you, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, that's my boyfriend. And I was like, oh my God. Okay, I'm not giving me a ride. That was that. And then Lauren took me home. I was just being emotional. You did nothing wrong. I think it's a really good business that, and I mean, I think it sounds like she would know more than me at this point.
Clear reflection of the fact that it was an abusive relationship, this, that, and the other. And, you know, ultimately, like, my perception of the whole thing, and I could be entirely wrong. In fact, Laura and I, we're going to debate on this. We're going to go on a public podcast and have a conversation. Yeah, but I literally think, number one,
And I want you to understand what this bullshit of conversation is. It's about just wasting your motherfucking time. Women they do the art of just talking, and nothing means nothing. There's no weight around it. Look, man, if you have meaningful conversations, you don't never want it to end. Like I said, one point in my life, my best friend, you know, he's not my friend no more. Me and him talked about professional wrestling for 7 hours. We was sitting outside just talking straight away for 7 hours. For pro wrestling. I have talked about the gaming in and outs for 5 hours straight. I have talked about anime for about 5 hours straight. About every type of anime I watch and how anime and the power scale and blah, blah, blah. So I want to have meaningful conversations, not nothing conversations where it's just a bunch of nothing. You know how many 1,000-hour conversations that married men had with their wives and it still didn't work? They still got cheated on and messed up. So you're going to have to keep updating this dope bullshit. A lot of this conversation is just a waste of motherfucking time. To waste your time and put shit in your head to distract you. To think that you have somebody around you that really cares about you, but they don't.
putting yourself in people's personal business is like, what's your incentive? What's your motive, number one? But then number two, at the end of the day, all the stuff that she was claiming is reaching. Like, she was was really fucking reaching with all that at the end of the day, because number one, you said you aren't 100% sure that Sneeko was even hitting on you.
I did take it like that.
It could have been construed like that. Number two, you did not get dragged out of the car. And number three, there wasn't anything about Sneeko or Zena's relationship you construed as abusive at the time, right?
I didn't even know they were in a relationship.
Exactly. So,
and I mean, he bought me a sushi and he was nice to me.
Now, this is all coming to Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit uses helping men as a way to fuck bitches. This is the thing. This is why I say that other countries have a better system of letting men get their sexual relief, because everybody got fucking brothels in their countries. Japan has brothels. Brazil has brothels. Dominican Republic has brothels. Half of Southeast Asia, even in Russia, they all have brothels. You know why? Because they know a sexless man is a dangerous man, and a sexless man is a man who don't want to participate in society. Because they feel like that, right? So once you filter that shit out and you drain the balls of somebody, they're going to work 10 times harder to be in your society because you took care of them. In this society, they think that you should be a fucking multi-millionaire in order to get just one nut. And that's the truth. Or you're supposed to be fucking the bottom of the barrel, and mentally, you're fucking all these bottom of the barrel females, and you're just looking around and you're like a zombie. You're like, man, this shit sucks. Why am I doing this? Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. Xena is the bottom of the barrel bitch. This is Xena the Witch right here. Xena the Witch. Xena the Witch. Xena the Witch. Talking about Xena black men.
Hey boys, I don't like.
Now here we go. This is who Fresh and Fit had around her podcast. So this is a reflection on Fresh and Fit. They always had people around them than racism and shit. This is what Xena said. This is about 8 months ago.
Black men. The only black male I've ever slept with is Jimmy Smacks, and look, he's rich and successful. Like, he's a high value male, so therefore his actual racial background does not matter. You bums out in these streets thinking you thugs and you black, please, just stop. Just stop. Just stop.
Mind you, she dated Check the Star, who's a broke ass rapper who's white. She dated Enzo, who she called a bum, and he's a kid. But hey, black men can't be broke unless they have money. She won't mess with black men unless they have money. This is the type of woman that Fresh and Fit have around them.
You never touched me. You never fucking will. Just stop. I could never look at you and be like, oh, I want that. No. Stop that cat. Stop. Stop. You bums. Like, let's be real. I may not fuck with my ex, like, whatever. He'd be on some weird shit all the time, and then he'd be normal, and then he'd be back on some weird shit, and I'm just not even gonna entertain it at all. I got no hate for Enzo, but at least Enzo was attractive, alright? Enzo was a good-looking male. I fucked with Check because I broke up with Enzo and I wanted some dick, and I didn't feel like going around looking for people when the dick was right fucking there, and I knew it was easy and he had a big dick. The end. That's it. That's it.
I told you. I don't lie. I don't need to lie. Like I said, man, I'm like a CIA agent, a CIA profile. Some of these people I know so much shit about, and it's by memory sometimes. Like I said, and it works to my advantage in real life too. Because sometimes I know certain people, what they said, what they did, and I don't fuck with them. Told you. She fucked with Check the Star. She jumped Check the Star. She did this and did this that. She gets around. So why the fuck did nobody do their research? When her profile, everything she do and say is online. So Sneeko just wanted to taste of Xena the Witch. Even though he knew it was going to end badly.
That's literally it. Nigga was not attractive, as you guys can see. He would always cry because I called him ugly. But I'm not finna sit here and lie to somebody and tell them they're attractive when I don't find them attractive. Enzo was actually good looking. We can all agree on that. He was a pretty little white boy. I don't know who these ugly little black motherfuckers is talking on me, but I know you be watching my OnlyFans and having these fantasies, but baby, that's exactly that, a fantasy.
And now, I'm happy as shit that, you know, Sneeko... Look, you can't feel sorry for none of these fucked up people. You can't. This is her. This is what she say. This is how her feelings. Why would I give a fuck about a chick that says some shit like that about black dudes and how ugly they are and shit? Come the fuck on. Be the fuck real. So that was you know, it went over. That's my opinion about Fresh and Fit. Nobody should have believed the hype that they was helping men. You know why? The women they have around them, what they say about men, how they treated men out there, and how they was benefiting off of men's pain and suffering. There isn't anything else. Check it out.